What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Listen, Thorsten K and Catherine Kelly Lang, they crushed those scenes today. That was, I love the breakdown that Brooke had. It was a dope scene. It was very good. Um, my thing with Brooke is she need to own her shit. She need to own up to it and stop coming up with so many excuses. Like when she was trying to explain to Ridge about her relapse, she started coming up with excuses about it. Talking about, oh, I was just disappointed that we didn't get the ring in the new year together. And my thinking is, why does she keep bringing this up? Like she keeps bringing up how like they couldn't spend New Year's together. Whose fault is that? Ridge asked her. He said, "Listen, why don't you come with me or whatever, and we could spend New Year's there." You know what I'm saying? Like they could hop on the jet while he doing a little bit of work. When he's done, they can ring in the New Year together. She didn't want to. She wanted to stay home with Hope and the kids. That was her choice. That was her choice. It's not that they couldn't ring in the New Year together. She didn't want to. Whose fault is that? They ain't Ridge's fault, you know? Like she really need to stop bringing that up because I just feel like she's trying to, play victim and that woe is me, and it's just like stop doing that shit. Like stop, own it. I knew she was not gonna tell Ridge the whole story. I knew it because she looked like she was afraid to tell him about the drinking. So if she's afraid to tell him about the drinking, I knew she was gonna be petrified to tell him about her and Deacon. I knew she was. And that's what I hate. That she's so afraid to talk to Ridge. It's like that's your husband. You should feel okay to talk to your husband. Like if you made a mistake, you made a mistake. Hell, Ridge done made plenty too. He done made plenty of mistakes where he had to be forgiven. You know what I'm saying? I think this was a moment for her to get it all out, and she missed that moment. She missed her opportunity. You know what I'm saying? She only sat there and told him a half truth, and you should have told him 100% of it. You know what I'm saying? Like just give it to him in one shot. Because she's sitting there talking about, I don't know why I had this urge to drink, and you should have told him the whole thing. You should have told him the whole kit and caboodle, but she chose not to. And I think the reason she chose not to, like I said before, she's afraid to talk to Rich. She's afraid of him leaving her. That's what she's afraid of. And that just goes back to what Taylor told her before. She don't know how to be without a man. She don't know how to be alone. She's so codependent on a guy, specifically Ridge. Like she's so codependent. And that's not good. You know what I'm saying? She should have just told Ridge the whole truth. My thing is, if she would have told him the truth, I believe Ridge would have been pissed. I believe Ridge probably would have just stormed out the house. He might even move out for a little while. But I think eventually he probably would have went back to her. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't the first rodeo for Ridge when it comes to Brooke and her shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? It's really not. So I feel like she should have just told him because I got a feeling. Now that she wants to not tell him this, it's going to come out probably in the most public, humiliating way possible in front of a lot of people. And that's what's going to piss Ridge off even more. Um, but, she told Hope about her relapse and whatnot because Hope knew something was off with her since New Year's. She knew. And Ridge knew something was off because Ridge knew whatever happened New Year's is bigger than just her relapsing in alcohol. He know it. Deep down he knew it because he keeps asking her, did something happen on New Year's? And this was after she told him the drinking. He said something had to have happened. What happened? And I think he know deep down it got something to do with Deacon because he was ready to blame Deacon for her relapsing. That Deacon may have said or done something to make her want to drink. And of course, Hope ain't really trying to hear nothing negative about her dad, but she knows something ain't right. They all know Brooke has been off since New Year's, and I don't understand why they not putting the pieces together, especially Ridge. Like, put the pieces together. It doesn't take. Come on. She was at her house on New Year's. You know she was spending it with Hope, the kids, and Deacon. You know Deacon was there. Put two and two together. And then she started drinking that same night, and you weren't home, but Deacon was around lurking. And you know Deacon just comes over the house whenever he wants and he just walks through the front door. It don't take much thinking to put two and two together to know something happened between them. Use your brain, squeeze that noodle, and you'll figure it out. Like it's not that damn difficult. Um, But I've never seen Brooke really struggle with alcohol though. I knew she kind of was drinking a little bit too much a few years back, but they never really showed her struggle with alcohol abuse. They never really showed it. So I don't know why they making such a big puff about it now. Like, oh, I relapsed. I did, but we never really seen her have a drinking issue like that. It's never been at the forefront. But it ain't nothing that a little AA meeting can't cure or whatnot. But she just need to tell Ridge the truth. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be real. I want to see something new with Brooke, and what I mean by new, I want to see Brooke step out of the Forrester shadow. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Brooke step out of Ridge's shadow. Like her whole being revolves around Ridge, and I need for that to stop. Like they need to make Brooke independent. Like and it harkens back to what Taylor told her. She can't survive without a man. She can't be alone. And I think they need to change that narrative because it's time to shake Brooke up. Like, stop having Brooke be the Brooke that she's always been. Have her be a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of Forrester Creations. What the hell does she even do at Forrester Creations? Like, what is her title? What business deals have she closed there recently? Because I remember she was talking before about her accomplishments at Forrester, and all she could bring up was that belief formula that she created over 20 years ago. That's the only thing she could really bring up. And I'm like, okay, that was 2 decades ago. What have you done recently? I think it's time to shake her character up. It's time to have her be a little bit independent, where it's not a codependency problem. Because I ain't like that dialogue that she been spitting recently about how she's not stable or she doesn't make the right decisions when Ridge isn't around. He was only gone for one damn night. You mean to tell me you act a fool over him being away for one night? That's a problem. That is an issue that needs to be addressed. I feel like she needs to start being on her own as far as like business and stuff like that and not chasing around Ridge. It's time to, put her ass in a new direction. So anyway, moving on from that, um, I like the scenes between Taylor and Sheila because I've seen on Twitter where some people were saying, "Oh, their scenes are boring." I think otherwise because I look at their scenes as this: it's like a game that they're playing with each other. Like when Taylor is in front of Sheila, it's like she's trying to shrink Sheila. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, Sheila is trying to manipulate Taylor. Because notice how every time Sheila brings up Brooke and oh she don't like Brooke and Brooke deserves this, Taylor never takes the bait. She never takes the bait. Taylor never says nothing negative about Brooke in front of Sheila. She doesn't take that. You know what I mean? She keeps it strictly professional in a more of a professional manner because Taylor noticed that Sheila has a lot of animosity towards Brooke, and we all know Taylor got her issues with Brooke, but she never explains that to Sheila. She never indulges that, indulge Sheila in that. You know what I mean? And I think that's smart because Sheila's trying to play that game. Sheila know damn well the issues Brooke and Taylor have had over the years. She knows that, and Sheila tries to play on that to get Taylor on her side. But that's why I feel like Taylor need to be careful with Sheila because if the truth comes out about what Brooke did with Deacon, I don't want Taylor and Ridge to get back together like that. You know what I'm saying? Based off of that. I don't want that because when the truth comes out that Sheila fucked with that bottle, she messed with the labels, Taylor's going to get blamed. They're going to try to find a way and then they're going to try to break up Taylor and Ridge and get him back with Brooke. I don't want that to happen. I want better for Taylor. You know what I'm saying? She don't deserve that. But I like how, Taylor's trying to shrink her and stuff like that because Sheila keeps thinking, oh, I need to get better. I need to stop being obsessive. And that's what Taylor told her. She said, you always have this obsessive behavior and it needs to stop. And then she, warned her not to do anything to Brooke. But Taylor not stupid. Taylor's very smart. She's not dumb. She know that Sheila gonna do something. She know it. Because Sheila talking about, oh, I promise. Yeah, right. You don't promise nothing. Because she claimed that she want to be a better person or whatever. That ship has sailed for Sheila. That ship has sailed. Sheila is batshit crazy, and that woman always gonna be batshit crazy. So anyway, moving on from that, Finn and Steffi definitely could tell that something is going on with Hope. They could see how stressed she is because she know that something wasn't right with Brooke, and that's what Steffi started to feel too, like something wasn't right about New Year's Eve with Brooke. You know, and it's not going to take long for all of them to put the pieces together about what the hell going on. I honestly have a feeling that if none of them figure this out, I think Douglas is gonna be the one to snitch. I think he gonna tell, cause Steffi definitely told Taylor about her conversation with Hope and how something seemed off with Brooke about New Year's and stuff. Like I said, I just don't want Taylor to end up, being the rebound for Ridge, and then they go through this little messy shit where he go back to Brooke. I don't want that. I want better for Taylor. I really do. I think she deserves better than that to be somebody's consolation prize. But anyway, hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a good day. Peace.